Hi guys, welcome to week 9 of our 6-bed HMO project. This is a project management one. It'll be a 6-bed HMO for supported living. I think this week, there's been a few delays with this project. Thankfully, everything's starting to pick up now. A lot of it was COVID-19 and then was supplies, but I think some of it was also the builder as well. But I think we've knocked that on the head now, thankfully. And everything's back on track. This week it's mostly door frames. So we found out that unfortunately once we started working with everything, the door frames weren't as what they needed to be, really. As things they need to be. They started falling apart basically. So we've made a decision it's best just to replace them all and then do it properly. The upstairs, the access to the loft room has also been done as well. And then I think some of the fire doors are in. But what I do is Ashley will take you guys around and then explain everything in more detail. 1 second.
Cheers mate, thank you. So what I'll do on this one is just have a quick blast around because you guys have seen this property plenty of times. It is a large property, so I won't spend too long in the individual areas. More so what I'm going to highlight is what sort of changed since the last video that you would have seen. So let's have a walk to the front here first. So first thing you can see is the meters have actually been boxed in and the RCD unit. So this is not something that a lot of investors would always do on normal HMOs, but for supported accommodation, for us it's a requirement that we actually box it all in and we just put a little lock on there just to keep it closed. One that can be accessed if needed, but yeah, just to keep it closed, just to keep it all boxed in there. As to just mention, so the issue with the frames here is we kind of went back and forth a little bit. We had them tested and the original, I don't know if they were the actual original frames from the property, but they were fire rated frames and we were able to use them, but the space that we needed to get the fire doors in was actually quite small. So we had a set of fire doors come, we actually had to send them back and get some thinner fire doors in that were still FD30 rated. When we came then to install the intromescent strips, we actually found that the wood that was housing the old door frames was just of a poor quality. So we actually tested every frame in the property just to make sure it wasn't one or two that weren't of good quality. But it was just breaking away. So we just had to then, when we've gone and got the fire frames for those fire doors, so it makes more sense anyway. It's a full unit. It makes sense for us to get them installed and just do it properly first time. In this room here, actually not much has been done apart from you can see the old frame's been taken off, so ready to fit the fire frame in there. You can see our stash of gold right there.
Kindly helped by another builder, in fact, yeah.
Yeah, it is builder to builder. You can see a couple fire doors, but all the old doors in here. So, kitchen area, you would have seen on the last video that actually we showed you, I think the last video was when the tiling had just been set. So now, it's looking really good. We've got the grout in there, so it's really nice. And the next thing I'll show you is our WC and shower room. So, open this door this way. So you just pop in there first too, and you can see our separate WC. Again, with new door and frame. It's not a fire door, but frame. And then if you just pop yourself in there too, you will see the shower room. So this is the shower room. So probably 80% of the way finished there. You can see we've got the connections there for a towel radiator to go in. And what we're going to do is actually going to put a fire door here. Reason being, it's coming straight off the kitchen. If there was ever to be a fire here and somebody was in the toilet, at least we've got a fire door here protecting the people from that side there. So yeah, all good. Let's go upstairs.
Kitchen's coming...
Monday, Tuesday, kitchen's coming. So we're hoping by the middle next week, Wednesday or Thursday, that's all done. You can see here, we've got some fire rated plasterboard. So I don't know if you pan to the ceiling in the kitchen too,
Yeah, too far.
Too far. But fire rated plasterboard, that's essential. And then upstairs, so you can see it's a little bit darker coming up the stairs this time. And the reason for that is, you can see we've now studied all of this. So loft stairs, I think was on the last video. Now you can see we've studied the entrance. This is going to be a fire door. You see the frame already in there. This is also going to be a fire door here as well. So, small thing, so something to note. So, when you're looking at the plasterboard here, we've had to create this whole new door frame. Now, we're going to use a fire rated door frame. It's going to have a fire rated door, but at the top here, it's not fire rated, and inside here is not fire rated as well. So we have to make sure we get the works done to ensure that this is fire rated. Reason being, it's an escape route. And if, for example, there was a fire, say, in the passageway for whatever reason, this goes right through and engulfs upstairs. Apart from the other window, there's no escape route, so we have to get that rectified. In this room here, you can see our carpenter was hard at work in here. Not really much more to be done in here apart from door frame going in, radiators are going to be painted, and it's going to have the final coat painting in.
Yeah, I guess it's how the doors are opening as well.
Yeah, so we just had a little bit of a discussion about how the doors need to open. So we generally would prefer that the doors open outwards as a means of escaping. In this instance here, the door's probably going to have to open inwards, which is fine.
Yeah, it's a big enough room anyway.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, that room's more than big enough. It's more so the space out here and how we configure this door to open. So that's going to be a little bit tricky, but it's a challenge that we're more than happy to face. Let's have a walk through into this room. So this room is probably the most finished room. If you have a pop yourself in there too and just pan around, this is mainly finished. So I think the only few things we've got to do in here is fire door, fire frame, smoke alarm will need to go in, fire alarm, and paint here. Most of the second fix electrics being done, which is good also. Doors being changed on the second shower room, smallest bedroom here. Again, we obviously just need to plasterboard in here, tidy up this, and then that'll make a nice entrance to this room. So I think finally, what we should do is just have a walk upstairs. But firstly, we just pan up there. We can see that we've actually boarded up
Creepy doorway.
The whole doorway. And let's finish up here. So, loft room. Big thing here is that it's been boarded up on this side. So, again, all that needs to be done here is radiators dealt with. We obviously need to plug that gap there where I don't remember what was there too. Do you remember what was there?
That cupboard was there, so it might have been in the cupboard.
No, it wasn't the cupboard was here.
Let's come
The gap in the cupboard. Yeah, so not sure what was there, but again, as you guys know, we're not going to leave a big hole in the room. Also, what we're going to do is just put sort of like a barrier around here. So again, kind of sort of stud wall it right around here. So obviously that's safe. Nobody wants a room that's got a huge hole in it. That's an obvious risk. So yeah, other than that, we're getting close again. The main bit of heavy lifting that we have to do in this property now is the kitchen. And once the kitchen's in, the rest of it is just going to be tidying up, painting, finishing the doors, and getting all the accessories and stuff like that done. So yeah, looking forward to finishing off on this one.
Cool. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.